So, I know that I have done videos in the past where I have shown how EFT can help us clear other people's energy from our bodies, from our aura, just from the energetic space around us. But what about using EFT to actually protect our energy and ground our energy before we get into a dynamic with someone? Combining EFT and energetic practices, energetic hygiene, energetic protection, energetic management, whatever it is one of my favorite things because I find that energy and energetic practices can feel very elusive and kind of out there sometimes. And EFT, for me at least, has a way of very much grounding it into your body and grounding it into the here and now, into a very tangible experience. So, we're going to go ahead and go through actually my personal practice. And it's something that I've been doing for a while now, and I have found it makes a world of difference. I will put into the notes, into the caption, where I have learned these practices from, the practitioners and the teachers. I think it's really important to give respect to the people who have created this. So a lot of the things that I will say are not original. They have been taught, they have been passed down. So I'll put that information in the caption, and you can look further into those teachers and their practices. If you're new to tapping, you can go ahead and check out some of my earlier videos. Start here is a great place to start. And if you are coming back, welcome back. And as always, if what I'm saying doesn't resonate with you, please use the words that do. EFT is best when it is your words and it's specific and resonant for you. So go ahead and get yourself comfortable. And when you're ready, you can start tapping on the side of your hand. And this is going to be a little bit different than other videos that I've done. So for this part of our tapping, I'm actually just going to have you breathe a couple of times. So tapping on the side of the hand, and if it's available to you, closing your eyes, but not necessary if that's not comfortable. Go ahead and allow yourself to feel your body, whether you're standing, whether you're sitting down. Just find at least one contact point between your body and the floor, or the body and a chair, or whatever is holding you up. And once you've created that connection point, I'm going to invite you to just take 3 breaths in. So you're going to breathe in through the nose and sending that breath into the lower part of your belly. And then releasing out through the mouth. And taking another breath in through the nose and sending it to the belly. And breathing out through the mouth. And then last time, breathing in through the nose, sending it to the belly, and releasing out through the mouth. And then go ahead and tap on the top of your head. And as you tap here, I'm going to ask you to use a little bit of your imagination, but just do it to the extent that feels comfortable and available to you. So as you tap here at the top of your head, I'm going to ask you and invite you to bring a grounding cord. So that grounding cord can look like a root, it can look like a rope, it can look like whatever you want it to look like. But imagine it going from the earth and coming up and meeting at the base of your spine. This is just to connect you to the ground, to the earth. And just allow yourself to actually, like, what does that feel like in your body? If you were to imagine a cord going from the earth to the base of your spine, what would that feel like in your body? And then just remembering to breathe, taking a breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And then go ahead and start tapping on that eyebrow point. And as you tap here, I'm going to lead you through a sequence of sentences, and I'm going to ask you to fill in the blank for what makes sense for you. So again, tapping here, feeling your grounding cord. And as you tap at the eyebrow point, repeating after me out loud or in your mind. I, Bianca Wilson, so say your own name, I, your name, am a full, powerful, loving, spiritual being. And go ahead and start tapping on the side of the eye. And as you say those words, just imagine what that feels like in your body. So if you have a practice where you tune into your heart space, that's great. This is a time to do that. Otherwise, just imagine loving feelings. So whatever that helps you, whatever helps elicit that. So if it's thinking about a pet, about a beloved family member, about nature, just something that you know will give your heart an expansive feeling. So tune into that as we tap on the side of the eye. Moving underneath the eye now, tapping underneath the eye, and just allow that feeling, those loving feelings, to expand beyond you. So imagine it going 6 feet in front of you, above you, behind you, underneath you, just allowing your body to feel it and the space around you to feel it. So again, I'll say that phrase, I, and then say your name, am a full, powerful, loving spiritual being. And taking a deep breath in, letting that resonate in your body. And then moving and tapping underneath the nose. And as we tap here, the next line you'll say is the name of the group or the person that you're about to be in a dynamic with are also fully developed, loving spiritual beings. And as you say that, tune into that group or that person and just notice any chords, notice any feelings that already come up. And go ahead and tap on the chin. And as you notice any feelings or kind of chords that are already there, allow them to release down your grounding cord. And if you need to visualize that, that's great. If you're more of a feeling somatic person, imagine what it feels like to release them down into your grounding cord. But either way, you're allowing these feelings, these chords that are not healthy, maybe they are unhealthy chords, allowing them to release. And it doesn't mean that you ignore red flags. It just means that the cords that are attached to you already, you're allowing them to release down the grounding cord. So just take a deep breath in here, and I'll say that line again. You can tap on the collarbone point, taking a breath in, and saying they, or the name of the group or the person, are also fully developed, loving spiritual beings. And again, letting any of the unhealthy cords release down your grounding cord. And then tapping underneath the arm. And as you tap here, notice what it feels like once those unhealthy cords have released and you're in a place of neutrality, or maybe even a place of love or compassion. Just notice what that feels like as these cords release from your body and from your space. And tapping on the top of the head. And it doesn't mean that you are bypassing things that perhaps are flags or don't work about this person or this group of people. It just means that the cords that are attached to you are no longer at play. So just breathe into that. Notice what it feels like in your body once you have a clear space within this dynamic. And then tapping on the eyebrow point, and the final phrase is, I call upon the presence of the divine, or say whatever you believe in, to provide me with the necessary insights, protection, healing, or act of grace. And tapping on the side of the eye, and just notice what it feels like to be open to something beyond yourself, supporting you in this dynamic, in this situation that you're about to enter. So it's not just on you. You have something else that is providing guidance, insights, protection, healing, or act of grace. Tapping underneath the eye, and just notice again what that feels like in your body to have this support, to know that you don't have to figure this out, and that whatever you need to know in the moment will be shown to you and you'll know what to do. Tapping underneath the nose, and you can say thank you, amen, the end, whatever you want to say. And then tapping on the chin and just again making sure that you feel your grounding cord attached to the base of your spine. I like to also, as we tap here on the chin point, I like to imagine a golden sheet going around my aura just for some added protection. And then tapping on the collarbone point. And for some extra bonus protection, I like to imagine roses, any color that you want, that go around my entire aura. So there is a distinction between me and the other person or group of people, and there's a clear boundary. Tapping underneath the arm, and as you tap here, notice the difference that you might feel. Notice how you might feel more protected, how you might feel more secure in your energy. And you can let that go and stop tapping and just allow that to sink in. And I'll say it again at the end here, the full thing. I do the tapping with it just so that you can have an embodied experience. But the full thing is I, and then say your name, am a full, powerful, loving, spiritual being. Then you'll say the other person's name or group of people are also fully developed, loving, spiritual beings. And then you'll say, I call upon the presence of the divine to shift the situation into whatever it's supposed to be, while providing me with any necessary insights, protection, healing, or act of grace. So you can say that while tapping. You don't have to do the whole thing that I just did. If you're in a pinch, you can just simply tap and say those words. I borrowed that from a chapter in Cindy Dale's book called Energetic Boundaries. And I'll link that in the caption below. So I hope that's helpful. If you need to fast forward, I would just fast forward till the end. You need to do this again. Fast forward to this end here where I just say the full sentence. And you can just continue practicing it and modifying it to whatever fits you best. And just see what happens. See what happens when you do it and then when you don't do it, and see if it makes a difference. And I hope that this supports you and serves you, and I'll see you soon.